Dialga. Dialga? Dialga. Dialga. Hello everyone. It's me, ZachMan103. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is doing well. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Hello Jetbolt. Hello Lone Sand Slash. Hello Boone. Hello Seribot. Hello Stream Elements. Hello any lurkers that are in the chat. Hello anyone watching this back on the ZachMan103 Archives YouTube channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Dialga. Dialga. Dialga? Dialga. Dialga! If that doesn't tell you what we're doing tonight, then I don't know what will. Shiny Hunting Dialga, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond... I'm not doing well. It's 4 AM here and I have zero sleep, and worst of all, I don't feel asleep. Help. You're screwed. I'm joking, Sand Slash. Time zones is all I can safely say about that one. It's just time zones. Why do time zones be time zones, you know? Why must time zones be time zones? That's all I'm gonna say. Why must time zones be time zones? It's not even time zone. I had to sleep 8 hours ago. Sand Slash. Sand Slash, what are you doing? Why are you still awake, my dude? How are you still awake is the better question. How do you not feel tired is the follow-up question. Awake all day and I had zero sleep or zero interest? Zero intentions to sleep, not even tired? You're gonna get studied by scientists. Scientists are gonna try and study your every thought pattern, every movement, every thingamacallit and whatchamadoohickey. That's what's gonna happen here. In Jetbolt's case, it's 6 in the morning. Good to see you, Jetbolt. Hope you're well. Happy 6 AM to you. Happy time zone. Happy time zone. This Pokemon is a pain in the backside. Happy time zone nonetheless. Because logic dictates that everything sucks. I'm well, although I'm probably going to be getting sleep soon. Can't blame you there, Jetbolt. Can't blame you there. Because if I was to take a guess, you probably have not slept yet. Which is not a good thing. I also have not thought of a schedule for this week yet, which is also not a good thing. So I should probably get on to doing that at some point. Literally, I've only been watching Tears of the Kingdom, Marvel vs. Capcom vids, and reading yokai lore. Like, how am I still awake? Maybe I'll lull you to sleep, Sand Slash. I 2-hour nap after Josh ended stream. Oh. Liz. Okay, we will be incredibly boring tonight. I invite you to put me to sleep. I will be incredibly boring tonight, as per request of the Sleepy Sand Slash. So how do you start being boring and incredibly lol-inducing? You start talking economics. Because that Shinx puts anybody to sleep. Let's be real here. Does anyone want to sit here and do an economics lecture for the next 2 hours? No, they do not. Nor do they want to sleep through that economics encounter. Encounter? Bingo. We know we can get Shiny's post-game. Here's the wild thing. We know we can get Shiny's post-game. This thing just refuses to shine. I also have not checked what the Pokéradar Pokemon is for this Pokemon because I literally put the game inside the cartridge after I had started. Economics of nuts. Well, you take 15 minutes. Happy birthday. Hey. Hey, Will, welcome on in. Welcome on in, Will. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. And that, my friend, is the economics of nut. I am specifically looking in one area of this Pokemon, and it is the, like, little vein. I'm gonna call it a vein bit. You see the bit that looks more minty than everything else in that Shiny Dialga example down on the bottom there. That is what I am looking at every time. And yes, I know it's on the legs. Shut your mouth. Also, you haven't said it, but shout outs to Captain Joe for the 1 sub earlier. True! Thank you, Captain Joe, for the gifted sub to Morgana the cat. You piece of Shinx. I'm well, and how are you? I could have done a little more today. I could have done a little more this entire weekend. I will be honest, I felt as if I didn't get much done this weekend. I really felt as if I didn't get much done this weekend, so... not particularly happy with myself. But then again, I'm probably just a little burnt out again, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I've got all the Twitch clips up to date, though. That's at least a good thing. I got all the Twitch clips up to date, so... that's at least a positive. Come on. Button for me. Twitch clips are up to date. They just haven't... last week's just hasn't been made into its full compile thing. I could have done a bit more in terms of thumbnails. I could have done a bit more in terms of admin stuff. I was tired. I also just got the opportunity to watch streamers that I haven't been able to watch for like a month now. Especially considering everything is literally about to ramp up at my job. I'm playing Shining Pearl. Nice, Seth. I've seen you everywhere this weekend, my dude. You were over at Pokefon, you were over in Joanna's, you were over in that stream, and this stream, and that stream, and every other stream that I was basically a part of, you were there. It was great to see. Hope you're doing well, sir. You gave a ton of bits to Josh's channel. I was able to watch. And I was also trying to, like, be funny. And then he was like, what would I do without your support? And I'm like, I don't know. My support don't mean diddly squat to most people. So I don't know what to say. Chad is funny, you're funny. Got him. So you are funny? No, you. No, you. Jay will never let that joke rest. As much as you yell at him, he won't stop. That's called dedication. Oh, I mean, to get a laugh from you. True. I like keeping people company and popping in. That's the good thing about Twitch. I like people like that in Twitch streams because it's always a fun thing to see. It especially also just means that there's going to be at least somebody popping by and being like, hello. And that's always a good thing to see. That is always a good thing to see. I don't know, I particularly enjoy seeing it. But that's just my opinion, so... I particularly think it's a cool thing. What I like about this now, you can get the shiny or not, and it doesn't impact too many points. True. Very true. You're right, Jetbolt. It won't impact you in points at all. Because you're VIP. I don't know, I think I annoy people? Nah, quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. I think it's cool that you're here, and I think it's cool that everyone else that is in chat is here. Because quite frankly, and a lot of... I know I made mention of this on Twitter. Not Twitter, I made a mention of it. I made... Words hard, apologies. Hi, Ghost Chiller. Ooh, that is a nice name. There are some really fine names on Twitch, dude. There are some really fine names on Twitch, and that's another good one. I can't believe I maxed out the no option twice and still won. Yeah, because you're lucky. No, it's not because you're lucky. It's more that I'm extremely unlucky with getting this shiny at this point. Does anyone have Palkia they can touch trade to complete my dex entry? I don't, because I'm playing Brilliant Diamonds. But if someone has a Palkia, if anyone has a Palkia, feel free to see if you can help out Ghost Chiller. I thought of the name. It's a good name. It is a very good name. This might be the longest shiny hunt I've seen. Like, I've heard stories about 10k plus encounters from starters, mons, and legendaries. But they were not recorded, so seeing this live is monumental for me. It sucks. It sucks. Honestly, I feel like this shiny hunting series with Dialga has already overstayed its welcome. I think it overstayed its welcome. I feel like it jumped the shark when we were doing Teletubbies lore about 2 months ago. And even then, that still shocks me that that was 2 months ago. Hey Mew Fairy, how are you? I couldn't believe I need Dialga 2 for my dex entry. I'm trying to get it shiny, my dude. He not liking me. Which game are you playing, if you don't mind me asking? Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, or a... Well, it would either be one of the two. I would take a guesstimate. I legitimately think you might have actually passed it without anyone noticing. I don't think that's the case. I really don't think that's the case. You're playing both, you'll get them eventually. Unless you're wanting to do it for like, the shiny charm. Why'd that take me a while? Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to get the shiny charm beforehand. I get ya. I get ya. Thank you. I knew it was for I knew it was for something. I just forgot the name. So can anyone in chat help, please? Feel free to help out Ghost Chiller if you can. If you're able to, please let us know. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it was in regards to the 2 months ago thing with the Teletubby lore. I feel like when I look back at a majority of the streams this year, like, I hardly believe that we're in the 5th month of the year already. I can't believe that. 6th month, excuse me, we're in the 6th month of the year. We're in the 6th month of the year. I don't believe. I honestly just cannot believe that we are already 6 months into the year. It does not feel like we are 6 months into the year. That's just my opinion. But when I was looking back at the Twitch clips that I've been uploading, or the YouTube shorts that I've been doing, !YT, if you're interested, or TikTok actually. I discovered that Jetbolt has been in this chat since September. I only thought Jetbolt was a part of this chat since early this year, so I forgot that fact. What about Darkrai? I have it shiny. I'm not trading that bad boy. I'm not trading that bad boy. I'm sorry, Ghost Chiller. No one loves me. I'm sad. No, we all love Sandslash. Shut your mouth. You're loved. But yeah, no, I completely forgot Jetbolt was a part of this community all the way back in heckin' September. So I was like, oh! God! Oh, God! And we're only 2 months away from me having streamed on doing content creation for 3 years. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God, I don't want to think about that right now. That terrifies me. That terrifies me to no end. Sandslash, we love you. Facts. You don't love a Sandslash. What's really going on? How can you not be a fan of Sandslash? Sandslash, good dude. Sandslash, very much a good dude. Ain't shiny. You ain't shiny, boy. You ain't shiny. But yeah, Sandslash is loved. So, I haven't seen the VOD yet, but how far are you in Tears of the Kingdom? We have gotten off the tutorial. We are off the tutorial. And that is as much of a non-spoiler thing I'm going to say. So there you go. Oh, hey, it's Blue Boy. Oh, hey, it's Vaughn. How you doing, Vaughn? Good to see you. I've had to sleep so early recently, so I don't get to watch Zach's streams. I know, Mew Fairy, I know. Trust me. Time zones suck. I believe the Australian time zone changes back to a decent time for a lot of people. Australian Daylight Saving changes on October 1st. So still many months away, unfortunately. What about Arceus? Not got him yet. Not got him yet. Oh, come on. Time zones suck. That's why you all haven't seen me on stream for a while. Yeah. From Legends Arceus, I've not transferred him over. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I mentioned this yesterday, actually. I mentioned this in the stream yesterday, that I would like the ability of being able to stay in the country that I'm at, but being in a time zone that was more acceptable to people over in America and other things like that. So I don't know. It's just slightly upsetting, because I would love to be able to do earlier streams and things like that. It's just that I can't, mainly because work times in Australia are on during very good times for Americans, and most of the Americans are streaming at that point, and I do have a lot of American streamers that I watch that I also enjoy watching. So that's just how I feel. So like the year anniversary of me watching your streams, yeah, although I can confirm to you now, August 20th, I will be doing another long stream. Probably not 17.5 hours. Probably not 17.5 hours. I'm not doing that again. That was dumb. That was dumb. But yeah, 17, on August 20th, which is the 3rd year of when I've been streaming and doing content creation, I'll be doing a long stream. But again, I do really wish that I was in a much better time zone for people to be able to watch and be a part of. That, and one day I would really like to go over to like an America or a Canada for a convention or things like that. Because I would love to be there and just experience their sort of culture and their food and other things like that. But that's just me. That's just me. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Do you have followage? I always forget. I do. ! Followage. I'm sort of like that though in photography aspect. I wish I could have the coolness of winter and the greenery of summer. That's just spring. That's just spring, Jetbolt. I think it's just what I mean by American culture is just more like watching their, like, going over to like experience how they are, or you know, be around different groups of like-minded people that aren't, or I don't know, I don't exactly know how to express it. I don't exactly know how to express it, but that's just how it is. Also, speaking of Pokemon, did you know that Pokemon Showdown is doing custom animations for the Legend Arceus mons? They took the model of Hisui and Samurott and made a new idol animation. Same with Basculegion and Weirdeer. I did not know that. That's interesting. Followage. Sandslash has been following for a year, 10 days, 22 hours. Mewfairy has been following for 7 months, 17 days, 23 hours. So like me wanting to go to Aussieland to get the feel of people? A little bit, yeah. Just like probably get a better understanding of people, maybe. Like a better just like mixture of understanding and, you know, I don't know, it's hard to explain what I'm trying to say, but I know what I'm trying to get at, I just don't get at. Seth has been following for 22 days, 4 hours. Will has been following for 8 months, 8 days, and 23 hours. Good 7 months. It's been an interesting past 7 months of my life. That is for sure. Especially considering in the past 7 months, the biggest thing that's happened to me is that I got a job. So that's a big thing. And I've also been working on my social circle, which has been a good thing as well, because there's a lot of people that I have really enjoyed the company of over these past 7 months. And have really enjoyed getting to know better. And I've mainly just enjoyed the past couple of months, really, because the past couple of months have been freaking amazing. I think I can be realistic in saying that May of this year was probably the best month of content creation I have had. Period. IRL social circle? What is IRL? No, I don't have many friends. I don't particularly have many friends. Obviously, I do have like a group of friends and like a couple of close IRL people that are friends, but it's just more, it's more that I don't hang out with people, and I probably should do that a lot more just to gain more social cues and social interactions. But at the same time, it's just more, I'm kind of just happy being, just waking up, going to work, coming home, editing for a few hours, streaming, then going to bed. I know that that's a sad thing to say, but that's just how I think. People younger than 25 really don't do that. Partying and other things like that just don't interest me. I think it's mainly just due to me being a really unpopular person just in general. And I say that in regards to, I don't particularly think that I am of an interesting personality. And a lot of people may agree with me, a lot of people may disagree with me. But mainly, as I am more of a lone wolf type of person, I don't particularly enjoy hanging out with people. That, and I don't drink nor smoke or do anything like that. So a lot of things that a lot of my friends may be doing, I'm not particularly interested in doing / don't do. So I just don't go out because it doesn't particularly interest me. So I think Asperger's is also a big part of that, and I've especially had to learn a lot within the past few years in regards to that. So I'm just like, I kind of don't want to hang out with people, mainly because past interactions have burnt me, whether that's been through my own very stupid way of thinking or other pieces of information that has happened or bits of life that has happened in the past year. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm more happy talking to my monitor and, you know, creating content for people. I don't particularly like try to be controversial. I definitely do have a lot of flaws as a human being. You don't have to look far to see that, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't try to like go out of my way anymore to try and make people upset or annoy people, you know. I just kind of want to do my own thing, and doing my own thing makes me happy, so I just prefer doing that. Hey Ring Ding, how are you? Sorry that got deep there. I got deep there, but hey, sometimes you just gotta do that. Fun fact about me, I've only ever been to one country. It's not that I'm scared to visit other countries and friends, it's more I like to live in one of those... It's more I live in one of the poorest countries and I really want to visit places that, that doesn't require me to get a cruise job. Interesting. I'm good, thanks, how are you? I'm alright. I'm alright. Still feeling a little bit of the after effects of that stream yesterday, because that Mario Kart stream, if you missed it, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it was a doozy. That Mario Kart stream last night was a doozy. ! Archives, check it out tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean in a few hours' time, because it comes out 4 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time. So currently it is 8:34, so you're looking at about 8 hours from now, if my maths is correct, which more than likely isn't, but that's just beside the point. Miss you, Zach. Appreciate you, Mew. I appreciate you, Mew, and I appreciate everyone in this chat. Can you get the shiny inlet already and lose my points? I'm trying, Von, believe me, I'm trying. I am absolutely trying, but he just does not want to play ball. Dialga just does not want to play ball, and that is fine, question mark. I'm not a good friend, honestly, even if I did good. And am I being an honest friend? Am I being too nice or just a bother to everyone? I don't know, dude. It's probably, I think you're a good friend. I think you are an honest friend. I believe that when it comes to particular subjects, you can be a little more defensive than what people would particularly think. What people would actually believe. But overall, I do believe you are a good person, Sandslash. It's just that sometimes we also need to just work on making sure that we see ourselves as that good person. That's just what I think. This thing actually shiny? I don't know anymore, Hannah. I think they locked it just for Zach. I might need to look into my game code just to check if they have shiny locked this thing. Because it would not surprise me if they've just shiny locked it for me. I get worried that I annoy people. I do as well. I do as well. You didn't annoy me last night, Rainding. If anything, I felt like I was the annoying one because I was the one complaining about not winning a race yesterday. But at the same time, I think the biggest thing is that I enjoy the company of what everyone does here. I think everyone is very cool to be. I thought I was the annoying one. No, Von, no. When we met up at PAX Oz last year, you were literally probably, well, you were one of the go-to people for me. Like if I was a little lost or, you know, didn't know what to do, I'd approach you and you had the street smarts and everything like that. You're a good person to be around, Von, that's for sure. Also, hey Hannah, how are you? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. How's Jensen? It's been a little bit. Oh really? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You definitely helped me out a heck of a lot last year at PAX Oz. It was great. Hey PFK, how are you? I just try to be peaceful, supportive, and do my best try to not take jokes too far. That's another thing with me is that I don't particularly understand boundaries that well. I don't particularly understand boundaries that well, and the only time that I do particularly understand boundaries is when I have pushed it to its limits and have hurt a lot of people, and that is something that I still try to work on, and sometimes it just absolutely burns me out. Like this morning, I woke up and I was still thinking about a particular person, and that burnt me because I was like, damn, I really wish things were a bit different there, but at the same time, I can't particularly do much about it, so. But that's life. That's life. Last stream I got like 5 or 6 of the A power-ups. Yeah, I am the spy. You were pretty good last stream. You weren't particularly good in the results section, but you were particularly good in the annoying Mario Kart sort of section. I'm not sure if that's an insult or a compliment. I meant it as a compliment, but life goes on. I'm also almost out of water, so that kind of sucks. I am now out of water. But yeah, personally, I'm just, I don't know. I continue to be, I continue to try to be better. And that's the main thing I try to work on, is being the best me that I can be. And some days I feel it, other days it's hard. Some days I think I shouldn't be doing this, other days I feel like I could be able to achieve every single possible dream and goal that I particularly want to achieve. And I think watching Pokémon again this weekend, or watching Pokémon for the first time this weekend, all the way through, kind of made me feel the same sort of passion and detail. Not probably to the level of what TRG Coliseum does, because when I watch TRG Coliseum, that's a whole group of friends that just absolutely fuel me, and they don't most of them know who I am. Most of them don't know who I am, but at the same time, that group of people fuels me to do what I do here. As much as what you guys in chat fuel me to do what I do here. Because if it weren't for that combination of people, the combination of people that continue to watch me, the people that give me support no matter what happens, through my bad days, my good days, the controversial days, the days like yesterday where things get a little wacky and out of hand. If it's not for people like you, like people that influence how people feel about content, the fact that I am able to reach out and be a part of a community is amazing, and I appreciate the ever-loving shinks out of everybody. I do. You guys literally make this fun. There is a reason why I continue to do this almost every day. Despite the fact that I really shouldn't, it is because of you people. You guys make sure to not only put in the biggest investment you can within your life, and that is time into watching me do this, or your energy into supporting this, or other people, or people on this platform. Because I know I'm not the only person on this platform. I know that you guys also watch other streamers, and they are as appreciative, hopefully, of your time as what I am, your support as what I am. Just you being here is a massive thing, and you shouldn't feel bad for not feeling like you can't support in another way. Because just being here is a big enough support as is, period. Were you playing Mario Kart? We were playing Mario Kart last night. It was a lot of fun. I lost a lot. I lost a lot and got Mario Karted a lot. Oh, you make jokes without knowing how it could affect them? Yes. Yes. Yesn't. I'm doing good. My stepdad helped me with some Zelda Tears of the Kingdom stuff, many Koroks, and a shrine. Nice, BFK. Sorry about yesterday, Zach. It's fine. I am the spy. Just sometimes that's Mario Kart. Mario Kart be like that. Mario Kart be a big thing that pushes people forward. That pushes people's buttons. Yesterday I went over the limit. I swore a few times and I wasn't particularly proud of my performance yesterday. But it was still an enjoyable time because I had some amazing people in co-commentary to help me out through the game, not only play through the game, but play alongside me in the game. So it was fun. I appreciated it. It was great. We had fun yesterday. And that's the big thing I just wanted to mention, was that we had a lot of fun. I couldn't donate the entire Pokémon and felt guilty. You shouldn't. Arguably, you shouldn't feel bad about not being able to donate to something. It's the same with, like, not being able to subscribe to something. There may be a chance in the future where you could subscribe to something or could donate to something, but actually just being there or spreading the word, there is a lot of ways, and a lot of people seem to forget this. There is a lot of ways that you can support a stream or the streamer without actually donating or giving the streamer money. There is plenty of free ways to support a streamer, whether it be retweeting a go live notification, being active in the chat, chatting in the chat, liking the content that you see, giving a comment to the content that you see, anything like that. Any bit of little interactions that you can give, whether it be here on Twitch, here on YouTube, here on Twitch, over on YouTube, over on TikTok, over on Twitter, over on Instagram, over on any other social media platform. If you give a message or a like or something, if you interact with the posts, it is a net positive for the streamer, for the creator. And I feel like, especially recently with everything that I've been seeing going on this platform, and I know I'm getting a little political when I talk about this, but everything that I saw about this platform, while majority of the changes that are coming to this platform suck, do not get me wrong, they suck. to me, what it looked like is that people were jumping over to another side because they wanted to follow something that is more financially stable to them with no regards to their community. And that to me is a big pet peeve of mine, because because if it wasn't for community, if it wasn't for a freaking community like you see here, if it wasn't for the community that someone has built up, or, you know, someone has culminated over the time, cultivated, not culminated, cultivated over years and years and years, they wouldn't have the opportunity to be able to make anything on this platform or other platforms. They wouldn't be able to be financially secure. Most people, if they get really lucky on this platform or really successful on this platform, have to thank their community. They think they've done it by themselves. That's not the case. It is the people that you see below me in this chat that caused for people to be where they are. There is a reason why when people have little arguments, they're like, oh, this stream is better, or this content creator is better, this person sucks, you're never going to be successful because you're not like this. The thing is that it does not matter. Ultimately, people like what they like. And if people don't like what they like, they're going to let you know in very simple ways. That's it. That's all. If people don't say I decide, hypothetically, say I decide, okay, last stream on Twitch, I'm moving to another platform. How many of you would realistically move over to the other platform? How many of you would realistically move over to the other platform if one person said, hey, this is my last stream here, I'm going to be starting streaming over here, per se? I can guarantee you, the amount of people that say that they would move would not be a lot. I probably won't. Exactly. 10% I move. I would. 3 different options in that chat right now. It comes down to personal preference, what people believe. I'd be hesitant. Exactly. So I don't understand how people... I don't understand how people can be like, I'm gonna jump over to this platform because it's better for myself. No, you don't get to decide that. It may be better for you in a financial sort of way. Is it better for you? Is it better for you to focus on yourself instead of your community? I would argue no. I would argue you focus on making content. You focus on making content for your community, not for yourself. Like, you can still make content for yourself, don't get me wrong, but you need to also keep in mind why you are able to do what you're doing in the first place. And to me, reading a lot of the comments that I've seen online, especially recently with all the Twitch stuff that's going on, a lot of people have seemed to have lost sight of that. A lot of people seem to have lost sight of that. And that is infuriating to me, at least. Let's catch up. Let's catch up on chat. I couldn't donate to Pokémon and felt guilty. We just had the conversation about that one, where that one became multiple conversations. Glad to be on CoCom yesterday. It was fun even losses. It was really fun yesterday, PFK. Thank you for being a part of CoCom yesterday. Same with you, Rainding. Same with you, Gabby, even though you're probably asleep right now. Really do appreciate you. Although, one thing I will say about yesterday's CoCom, and I know I should be getting back to reading chat, but one thing I want to say about yesterday's CoCom is that if I have pushed someone a bit too far yesterday, please do let me know, because I don't want to feel as if I have hurt or insulted someone, because I understand that people don't like confrontation, but if there is an issue, I would appreciate it more if people spoke to me about it instead of bottling it up. Because then that way I would be able to work with you constructively, I might add, constructively, in order to address the issue and hopefully fix things for the future. That's just me. I'll check my DMs in a moment, Spy, sorry. Hope you don't mind me posting in a sec a somewhat of an event comment here, Zach. It's more about something that happened to me. That's all good, Sandslash, not a problem. I love that Eevee. I love that Eevee emote. Not Eevee, it's Espeon. It's an Espeon. It's called adulting, true. True. I'm gonna grab a quick bottle of... I'm gonna grab a quick drink of water in a moment. If you don't mind me. Feel free to DM me at PFK. Feel free to DM me to me, PFK. I had someone give me a DM earlier in the day in regards to something that annoyed me, and I was appreciative of that because, you know, I was able to work alongside them constructively in regards to what happened. So, it's always a good thing. Where are we up to? Hope you don't mind me pissing in a second. What you're saying right now is why something that happened to me personally feels so shinksy, because it feels like there's going to be a tear there in the future, in the future community, by not listening to the community. True. A tear, not tear, tear. A tear there, future community. Yes, okay. I think I got it. I don't know. I'd be hesitant. This. I would, as long as I have the ability to get it on my phone and the space for it. TBH, I'd start watching YouTube live first. Subscribe to Zachman whenever he's YouTube. No, please do subscribe to my YouTube though. It is a good place. It is a good place. I like to think so anyways. But having like 2 different sections for me to build a community on sounds a lot better than just alienating my content to one website, you know? But that's just me. It's because I'd have to divide myself on 2 platforms. Exactly that, Seth. That's my biggest issue, is that I started my content journey by watching YouTube, and while I have a little system that allows for me to divide my my time between YouTube and Twitch, because those are my 2 main sources of content, is YouTube and Twitch. I would say more recently I've moved to Twitch more than I have YouTube. I find Twitch a little bit easier to swallow in current year, and what I mean by that is in terms of consumption of stuff than YouTube. But then again, I also would say that TikTok is also in the exact same way, but TikTok for short form content. If I want long form content, or, you know, live interaction content, which is mainly more of what I prefer in current year, it's this platform that I'm on now. That's just my opinion. If it's on YouTube, I'm already following you over there. Unfortunately, the mobile aspect of streaming would hinder my contribution to the community. Unable to see chat or clip over there. I want to see YouTube do a bit more with their live stream. With their live stream capability. They seem like they have a decent idea of what they want to do. But again, if I was to make a change, I wouldn't make it to YouTube, because I would prefer to have my streaming and my short form videos separate. But that's just me. And even then, I still hold out hope, even faintly, that Twitch can turn itself around and become a better platform, and maybe start listening to it, to members of the community more. But then again, I'm just a 23-year-old with just about 2.2k followers, so they're not going to pay attention to what I have to say. They're going to pay attention to more of what the bigger streamers have to say. But That's just my opinion. I've actually been meaning to tell you about something on my end, just so you can be aware, and anytime I try to bring it up on call, I clam up about it. That's all good. Feel free to DM me, PFK. I found that people get easily annoyed, and unfortunately, I found it out the hard way. These people aren't one-time people. I see them in some chats. I had to do a double take then, my apologies. Of streamers I know that put in, oh my god, let me rephrase that. I see them in some chats from streamers I know that put an uneasy feeling on myself. Whenever I talk to good people like you, Zach, I have thoughts like, what if I say something wrong on stream? What if I make someone hate me on stream? Some of the nicest people I've met are from your community. And I want to get rid of this feeling, I just can't. That's why sometimes I hesitate to co-com with you guys. I just don't want to hurt anyone or annoy any of you out with my uneasy feeling towards people. And while you people are great, the thought of hearing you pissed at me makes me want to curl into a ball and never see the light of day again. It's my biggest fear in life. Hopefully I wasn't annoying or a bother to anyone really. You were fine in my opinion. If someone has an issue, they haven't brought it up with me. And if people do have an issue, I hold out hope that my chat, that I have a good enough rapport with my chat that you guys would be able to bring it up with me if there was an issue. Because if there was an issue, I would appreciate people bringing it up with me, because then that way we can, you know, talk about it in a constructive manner and be able to fix it in any way, shape, or form. What the friggin' I gotta have to have a look at that one again. I'm gonna have to have a look at that one again. I'm gonna have to have a look at that one again. I'm gonna have to have a look at that one again. We're safe. We're safe. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. I literally had to do a double take. I literally had to do a double take just to make sure. We safe. We good. We good. Because here it is now. Imagine if that was the shiny. Imagine if that was the shiny. Imagine if that was the shiny. That would have been then frickin' sensational. That would have been sensational if that was the shiny. We're 30 away from the break. I can make it to the break with no drink. That's fine. Although I feel like I have been talking a lot already. That's another thing that I get self-conscious about as well, is my voice. Because I know I still sound young. Hell, I'm 23, but I don't sound like I've got a much deeper voice compared to like everyone else that I hang out around. You know? Mine's a bit more high-pitched than what other people's are, is what I'm trying to get at. I thought you were 18? No, I'm 23, dude. I'm 23. I don't look it. I can assure you, I do not look it, nor do I feel it, but I'm 23. I thought you were 103? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Smack the rain. Poor Zach, he older than he look. Yes. Yes. Zach was not blessed. Zach was blessed with useful looks. But that is all. He wasn't blessed with good youthful looks, but he was blessed with looking young. It's the eyes, Zach. They make you look younger. True. Hey, Zach, someone in Jared's Discord does a Hunger Games simulator thing every week, and I decided to put some submissions for mine. Guzma, Lysander, N, Yusin, and Emma from X and Y. Oh my goodness me, Steelix lad, what are you cooking over there? What is you cooking? N would not survive. N would not survive. I've sent a little girl to the Hunger Games. What have you done? How could you, Steelix? How could you do this? It's not shiny, no. I DM'd you, by the way, that song. All good, PFK. Poor Mimi, the Esper, is never gonna see Emma again. Oh no! I played that side quest in X and Y. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people didn't. Here's looking at you, kid. People did. That poor Esper, true. True. That looks good. That looks very good. I can't tell from here, though. That looks good? That's not good. Dialga, you pain in my backside. Watch me say this and she wins? I doubt, but if she does, report back. Smile. Feel free to report back. Yeah. I said literally an hour ago that I haven't even checked what the swarm is for today. And I still haven't. I still haven't. But the Nitros had armor on, so clap. Shrug, not clap. That's a shrug. I gotta check what the swarm is, because I gotta see if it's gonna give us some sort of advantage. Probably not too much of an advantage, but I think the main thing that I'm trying to get out of this thing is by knowing what it is. Here it is. It's Vampy. It's Vampy. Does that answer my question? A little. Does it answer fully my question? No. Will we see the shiny? Hopefully, but probably not. Because that's just how it goes sometimes. Small elephants? Small. Small elephant. Shout out to small elephants. Gotta be my cue. Gotta be my cue. What did Zach just say? Gotta be my favorite thing. In Zach's universe, shrugs equals claps. Zach's universe is wild. I am the spy. You are not prepared for what Zach's universe has to say. You are... It says a lot. It says a lot. It says a lot and states a lot. The one I expect to perish first is Yusin. Yes. I expect N to be the first one to perish, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I normally am. So... Happy Zappy. Happy Papa Zappy. Someone told me they on gaming groups on MySpace back in the day. Someone told me they on gaming groups on MySpace back in the day, and I almost responded with, what's a MySpace? 2023 is wild. Makes me think of the House Hippo commercial from Canada. Tiny hippos hanging around the house, eating peanut butter sandwiches. Is this the fit? You've shown me this before. Am I wrong in thinking you've shown me this before, Ring Ding? I'm sure you have presented me with tiny elephant peanut butter sandwich boy. Actually, I'm confident you have. Just didn't say anything because I didn't want them to feel old. Understandable. Am is goaded here. Zekrom, Zorok, Sigalith, Black Kurum, Reshiram. I root for him. Fair enough. It was a PSA on how kids shouldn't believe everything they say on TV. I'm pretty sure I've seen this. Feel free to DM it to me though, Rainding, just in case I haven't. Or actually, feel free to DM it to me regardless, just so I can get a refresher on it. I'ma go, all good, I am the spy. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your night. You're not shiny. You're not shiny. I'm not paying my bills. I'm paying my bills, but I'm not paying that Dialga bill. I refuse. I refuse to pay the Dialga bill. That's probably why I don't have the shiny. But hey. Maybe if I pay the Dialga bill, maybe I'll get the shiny. Who knows? You'll get the shiny at 5,376? Nah, we're getting it now. We're getting it now. I request hugs, please. Hugs for PFK! Also, while we're there, can we also extend the hugs to iHive? Last I heard, he wasn't doing too well, so hopefully he's doing okay. Hopefully he's doing better. Hopefully he's doing better. I went hunting for the house hippo as a kid. Oh my god, Steelix, that's funny. The commercial didn't work on me because I was a dumb kid. I went hunting for the house hippo. That's hilarious. That's great. I love that story. Apparently, a lot of kids missed the point of the commercial. But you aren't the only one. Interesting. Believe me when I say the house hippo exists. How many of you all know of MySpace? I've heard of it, was never on it because I was a bit young. I was a bit young, but it was the thing that came out before Facebook became really popular. I was on it, Jeppold. Oh! Jeppold ain't old, probably. I was 11 when it died. Oh my goodness me. I'm old enough to know about MySpace. It was crap. It was the thing you had back in the day, though. And also, to be fair to you, like, early 90s, early 2000s computers weren't particularly that flash. It was only up until, like, really recently that everything became as advanced as what it is. I'm an old fart and apparently older than most of the chat. Yeah, it would surprise you. It would not shock you. I'm out of water. But I'm also 19 encounters away from the break, so I will take that. You said you're 23, correct? Correct. I am 23. Thank you, Rainding. Anyways, I said enough about my social anxiety, midlife crisis. To answer the universal question no one answers, to shall we? No, not shall. You're 6 years older than me, Jesus. Young. A lot of people mention about my eyes, by the way, Sandslash. Apparently it's like one of my best features, apparently. But that's just me. Has your birthday already passed, Zach? Not this year. Not this year. I'm Scorpio, baby. And even then, I'm like dying days of Scorpio, to be fair to you. Like, god damn it, I was scrolling TikTok and ran across someone saying, if you're old enough to know these 6 songs, you're super old. And I started singing all 6, like, bro, I'm only 25, god damn. God damn. God damn. So you're actual 7 years older than me, as my birthday has already passed. Sorry. I used to do volunteer work at a thrift store since I played all the music there. I know a bunch of them. My dad and mum were both born in, one was born late 60s, one was born early 70s. So the amount of times we hear 70s and 80s music in this house means that I've heard a lot of 70s and 80s music. So I know a lot about old music. I could even argue I've heard a lot of 60s music. Probably. Definitely a lot of 70s, definitely a lot of 80s, definitely a lot of 90s. 2000s, because I was born then, and 2010s, but not much 2020. Because, to be fair to you, we're still very young in this decade. But regardless, I've not heard much. One of them was a Jimmy Buffett song. I feel stupid old. Feel Good Inc. is a bop. True. True. My mum and stepdad showed me old music. I also got into the band Gorillaz because of my mum. Oh my god. No, I hate hearing the fact that the Gorillaz is technically considered old. You know what's freaking wild to me? The Wii is almost 20. The Wii is almost 20 years old. The Nintendo freaking Wii is almost 20. Boy, I remember when that Shinx came out. What the fricks happened? The Nintendo Wii is almost 20! ...2013 was 10 years ago. X and Y is 10 years old. Pokemon X and Y is 10 years old. Time is stupid! I still have my original DS Lite? Oh my god. Also, time stops just like Dialga? Freaking true. A cookie. It's a ravioli. Still has stuff inside, which can still breed, and you can wrap anything around bread, and you can wrap anything with bread, honestly. Sandslash. What is with you and food crimes? What is with you on food crimes? I said it's still bread! Not it's still breed, I said bread! Bread! It's still bread to me, damn it! You said breed, I said bread. I probably did say breed, but I'm not accepting that. Nope. I said nothing. I exist in their plane. You said breed? Damn it. Fine. You know what? Fine. You win, chat. I said breed. Sue me. Sue me. Put this game on the Switch Online. Give me SimCity. Give me SimCity SNES on Switch Online. Now. Why are you not a mint? Why can you not be mint slices? Why can you not be mint chocolate? Mint chocolate is technically friggin' ring. Just be mint. Just mint me. Put me on a coin. I need to be mint. That's a joke that writes itself. PFK, you're banned. Mint chocolate is a crime. Oh my god. Mint chocolate is a crime. I disagree. I actually like mint chocolate. But then again, I'm weird. So, sue me. I like mint chocolate. Sue me. Mint chocolate ice cream is a war. Is marble happening? Yes, I'm just loading it up now. I guess I am a criminal for loving mint chocolate. Mint chocolate's good. I like mint chocolate. I like mint chocolate. I'm sorry. That's me. I like mint chocolate. What is with the lag? Huh? What was with the lag there? Did you see that, chat? Did that lag appear on stream? Did anyone else see the lag on stream just then? Yay or nay? Yes. What was with the lag, though? What the fudge? Oh my god. Rainding. Why? Rainding, why? And on that note, if I can remember the button. Why didn't you do? Exclamation mark play. Exclamation mark play. I will need to hydrate. I need to grab a drink. I need to grab a drink. You have until I grab a drink, chat. You have until I grab a drink. Happy Hanukkah, I'm back, and I forgot to put something in the bin. I'll do that during the actual break. Here's your drink! Now it's marble time. Who's gonna win? Chat and Zachman want a free. Think of any food and try to figure out what category they fall in. Either sandwich, soup, ravioli, or salad. I guarantee you it's gonna land in one of them. Meatloaf. meatloaf, and then my follow-up is shepherd's pie. And then my follow-up to that is raining. Is all the way out in first. Oh my god! I'm dead. Steelix is dead. Rainding survives. PFK. I spoke too soon. Seth. Oh my god. Wow. That's the way to do it. That was the way to do it. I did not insta-jinx Rainding. I refute that claim. I 100% refute that claim. I did not insta-jinx Rainding. Seth's dead here. Seth's so dead here. Oh my god. Look at Seth go. I love your shirt there, Seth. It's great. Legend of Zelda. Who's in second? Jeb Boop! Who's probably gonna win. Will is in third. Seth is dead. Oh my god. Oh my god. I did not. Oh, what? Oh, bye. Okay. Bye, Jeppo. Will! No one wins. No one wins. No winner. Because that map sucks. No winner. Back to the frickin' game. Do-over. Hey Archie, how are you? Do-over for Archie? No do-over. I'm refusing. Just out of spite, I am refusing. At chat. Your marble race has been run and not won. Can we get a boop in the chat? Beep. That's a bonk. That's not a boop. That's a boop. That's a bonk, Seth. I said a boop, not a bonk. I said, can we get a boop, not a bonk? Can we get a shiny? A chocolate bar is a ravioli too. I hate this man. I hate this man. I hate Sandslash. I hate Sandslash. I hate Sandslash. You're dumb. Wrapped in some type of blanket. In this case, chocolate? Chocolate? That's not that's not a blanket. Do you understand? Do you understand? Hi, hi. Hey, Hive. Tell this chat to frick off. I'm joking. Don't tell the chat to frick off. The chat needs to stop being silly. Specifically Sandslash. You piece of shanks. Why is chocolate bar ravioli? I don't agree. Look at Jetball. Look at Jetball. He's silly. He's silly with a little bubble. This little Fire Lord bubble. We love Fire Lord Brook here. Fire Lord Brook. Brook, if you ever stumble across my streams, just know that you are very much loved and very much supported. Brook is a good being. Fire Lord Brook, great VTuber, great person. Deserves all the love in the world. Fantastic person. I can only assume the frontal lobe isn't fully developed. If that's in regards to Sandslash, I would accept that as an answer. That is my opinion, and I'ma stick to it. Because why not? It's not though. It would be a taco because the bottom of most chocolate bars aren't fully covered in chocolate because the what the frick? What? I'm not, no. I was sad when Jook. Don't ask me why I said that. Zack mannerisms. Or Zactionary. Zactionary is correct. I was sad when Brooke and Josh broke up. That hurt my heart to read that. That hurt my heart. I ran into Grandpa George in a Pokemon video. Oh my god. He outed himself as a stan, a shipper if you will. No, it was more, I feel as if because I had been paying attention. Okay, here's a fact for you. I've been following Josh for over 10 years. Day 0 of the vlog showed up in a United Gamer video. Oh my god. Oh my god. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I had the... I sort of had a feeling that it was coming. I sort of had a feeling that the news was coming. But I didn't want to think it was going to be that. Because a lot of signs were pointing towards that would have been the case. Because they both had to move out of where they were living at the time, and then both of them said, all right, we'll spend a year, we'll try and raise up money, and then we'll try and find another place. And that to me kind of signaled that that wasn't gonna last, and it sucked because I know how much those two, well, I don't know how much those two actually loved each other. I can only assume by what I saw, but I could definitely tell that Brooke very much did enjoy caring for Josh, especially when he was in the hospital back at around 2018, 19. But yeah, it hurt to read that news. It also hurt to read the news about Jules and Adriana. But hey, sometimes life just pulls you in a different direction from the person that you think you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Life is wild like that. It takes a long time to heal, especially after being in a relationship for that long. I can only assume, because the longest relationship I ever had was 2 months. And I was only used as a rebound anyways, but hey. I can assure you that I have had friendships of over 10 years that either I have broken up because of dumb decisions that I have made, which there has been plenty of, or just I've moved on in life and me and that particular friend have gone in separate directions. And it sucks, don't get me wrong, whatever way it may be, but unfortunately, that's life. Nothing is forever. I didn't know about them as much, but separate living situations doesn't help exactly. What happened to Jules and Adriana? Jules and Adriana. They broke up. They officially announced their breakup just before Christmas last year. If I can remember. But one thing I will say is that time eventually does heal all wounds. Despite what many people may think, time eventually does heal wounds. I am a big believer in that. And there's a lot of wounds that time will heal for myself, for other people. But who knows? Life is strange, so you never quite know what's going to happen in the future. There's a lot of really terrible situations in life, especially just in general with everything that's going on outside of the world. Outside of this little bubble that we live in, life is stressful, life is eventful, life is very much unpredictable, life is very much volatile right now. But the one thing that we can at least take solace and take understanding of right now is that life will eventually heal. Life will heal. Time will heal wounds. Time will heal life. Who knows when that may be? It may take a long time, it may even happen tomorrow, but you never quite know, and that's the big thing here. Time will eventually heal all wounds. That is my belief. I think people can work things through, but both have to want it. Exactly, Seth. Exactly. Life is a highway. I was gonna start singing the song then Rainding, but decided against it. But yes, life is very much a highway, just like love is a battlefield. If there's one thing I can take away from Pokemon Brilliant Diamond shiny hunting streams, especially the Dialga streams, is that I hate Jetbolt. Jetbolt, literally worst person on planet Earth. I cannot believe he exists. How does he keep doing this to me? I can't believe it. Jetbolt redeemed the marble game for anyone watching on Zachman with free archives. That's a joke, by the way. Yeah, you better smug. You better smug. The one thing I definitely enjoy about the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond shiny hunting streams, especially with Dialga, especially over the past couple of months, is that we can get really real really quickly. We can have very much deep conversations and just hopefully enjoy everything that life has to throw at us. I try to be very consistent with what I do, but sometimes it is very hard to be said consistent, but that's just me. Again, the smug emote is cute. I agree. Let's go! Let's go! Exclamation mark play! Welcome to the forest! Welcome to stuff with things and yay! Shout out to Beneficial 218, it is Calm Mellow Forest! Exclamation mark play. When someone asks for something to be stopped, don't just continue, you already know it's getting annoying and other people don't continue it either. True, I agree. Having heart-to-hearts are my favorite. I agree. I enjoy these streams. I think Dialga's overstayed its welcome by a country mile. Don't you freaking get me wrong. I think Dialga has overstayed its welcome by a long margin. But hey, that's life. How we doing? Exclamation mark play. Winner of the marble race gets... to say something cool. I don't know. No, not VIP. Not VIP. They don't get a Pokemon trade? No. Let's go! Jeremiah, hello my friend. Been a little bit. Hope you're doing well. Let's get it on. Exclamation mark play. We're gonna be counting the marbles. Now, we're going to be counting the marbles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've missed a marble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's follow Jet Bolt. Just to start us off, look at Jet Bolt go. Currently in the lead is Mr. RDR. RDR himself. Encoding overload. I had an encoding overload. iHive I thought was dead. iHive is alive. I get VIP too. That's just mod raining. Jeremiah to the front here. Look at that snore. Look at that cute profile picture. Look at that Snorlax. Steelix Slide, Jet Bolt, Will to the front. Seth in there behind in second. Archie is gone! Goodbye, Archie. Destroyed. Come back next time. iHive from Seth, Steelix Slide, Raining Random, Jeremiah, Jetbolt, Will P, Gurf is out in front. And then in the back we have a Purple Fire Kitty. We have not a Jetbolt, we have a lone Sandslash, and I am in last, so you can't say that this is rigged. Currently in first is still Will, although Seth is right on his tail as soon as I say that. Raining Random, iHive, Steelix Slide, Jeremiah all come out of nowhere. Jetbolt has fallen. Jetbolt has become the second to fall. Seth back to first. VIP 2 gets me another emerald, getting me all 7, which makes me super raining. Shantae cute! Seth's gonna win. Seth is gonna win. I do not see anyone who could be able to stop Seth right now, unless Jeremiah gets a clean exit here. Oh, goodness me. Seth plays music on their way in and wins. RDR is gonna come in fourth. iHive actually gets obliterated, so Raining gets third. Seth to first. Jeremiah, Raining, Steelix Slide, Will, PFK is on their way. Sandslash got bricked and I am just dead. I am just so incredibly dead. I'm actually stuck on a pin. I am actually stuck. Spin. So it's Seth from Jeremiah, Raining, Steelix Slide, Will, Purple Fire Kitty, Sandslash, myself, iHive, Jetbolt, and Archie failed to finish. That's your marble race. Here's your Dialga, that is shiny. I lied. It is not shiny. How did you manage that? You tell me. You tell me. I don't even know how I managed to do life. I don't even know how life works in current year, dude. I just exist. I just exist. How do you manage to do anything in life? Same way we always have. By being a clown. Okay. How do you manage to get stuck on a pin? I don't know. How do I manage to do anything? Being funny, I thought, being funny. Man, looking back, I thought I was being funny with my food comment. But alas, I was annoying again. / if I construed annoying as funny or looking back as funny, funny, haha. Stuck man 103. Ha ha! Pecky Raining. I think if you move the number... over a slight bit, the starters will be the number. Over a slight bit, the starters will be in the numbers. They are in the numbers already. Not as much as what they could be, but they're slightly there. Now I'm getting ready for Giratina. Did you get... what were you previously hunting, Jeremiah? Speaking of, I do need to shiny hunt Giratina at some point. Not in this freaking game! I'd rather do that as a Dynamax adventure, I'm not gonna lie. I think I actually do have Giratina in my Dynamax adventure. My Dynamax adventure loot hole, so I might jump back into that and do it, maybe. Finally got my Shiny Dialga Sunday morning at 8,372. Oh! 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 Oh, well done. Oh, congrats. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's fantastic. Congratulations, Jeremiah. You got the Dialga. Where's mine? Where's mine? Where's mine? Where's mine? Where's mine, though? Where is mine, though? Where's mine, though? You don't deserve one. Understandable. Have a nice day. Fine. Yes, that's it, chat. I didn't deserve one. I don't want to know the answer to that question, Sandslash. I read that, like, really quickly as I went to rub my eye. But I am still confused. Oh my god! You don't have to, I know, but still, come on. Come on. Hey, come on. With that, I sleep. Have a good sleep, Jetbolt. Thank you for coming in, man. Appreciate you. I'm gonna get the shiny now that Jetbolt's gone to sleep. Goodbye, Jetbolt. Thank you for the shiny. Good night, Japple. Good night. Dun, dun. I may need to lurk. Sleepy, might go back to sleep. All good, eye hive. All good, my friend. I don't know why, but after Small Ants Mod Makers discovered... Let's try that again. After Small Ants Mod Makers discovered that BDSP uses the exact same code as Diamond Pearl Platinum, I'm just going to assume that everyone is wrong about the nodes, and that they're old full odds. Maybe. But I mean, if that's the case, then oh my god, did we get Yuxi and Shaman and Darkrai at stupidly low level. Stupidly low encounter rates. I believe exclamation mark Yuxi is a command in this chat. If it's not, I will be disappointed. It is a command in this chat. But think about it for a sec. If you are releasing gas, does your organs become heavier? Why am I reading this? Why am I reading this? Why have I decided to read this Sandslash? Why have I also turned into some sort of Marvin the Martian / Kermit the Frog here impression? Hi-ho! Kermit the Frog here. Not a very good Kermit, but you know. Poggers! Moving on. Froggers, dude! Hi-ho! Kermit the Froggers here. Oh, I see you have no use for me anymore. Understandable. May I explain to you the ancestries of cooking? If anyone's not seen a Tears of the Kingdom stream yet, you will be very confused about that voice. Understandable. Have a nice afternoon. Froggy, buy my book, Froggy. Oh my god. Well, while I put knowledge into these dumb questions, it's not to take seriously, it's just fun to talk to people. Understandable. Understandable. And that's why we love Sandslash. But you know who else we love? Everybody in chat. Yes, you. You're cool. You've done something fantastic with your hair. Better than mine. I need a haircut soon. What is my purpose? You're a slight inconvenience to Link. Oh my god. I can do that better. What is my purpose? You're a slight inconvenience to Link. Oh my god. It seems you are unfamiliar with the ways of my purposes. So Chugga lied to me. What is a haircut but weed whacking? You know what? That's a valid opinion. That is a valid query. Not even a query. Comment. A valid comment. What is a haircut but weed whacking? Am I the only... Okay, real talk. Legitimate question I am about to ask here that may sound dumb, but people might get. Is anybody else mesmerized by watching lawn care videos? As in... You'd be scrolling through a random particular thing. and you see someone be like, oh yeah, I'm just mowing the lawn, and then they also like grab out the weed whacker, grab out the like hedge trimmer, just garden maintenance videos. I always seem to just be mesmerized by them. I love them. Couldn't do it myself because I'm very allergic to grass pollen. But hey, it's fine. I don't know. It's just something that I appreciate. It's kind of like watching power washing. It's like watching power washing happen. It's just very satisfactory to me. Just very satisfactory to me. It appears you know how to cook. Foraging botany videos on TikTok? My TikTok's mainly just been Formula 1. Mainly because I am very interested in F1. Cook. It's fun to acquire useful information via dumb questions, yes. Rainding. Rainding. How could you have never seen any lawn care videos? That's totally not me saving the fact that I almost messed up by mistaking you with another person. What do you want about? What are you on about? That's totally not me just trying to save it. I got no idea what you're on about. But no, I'm very interested to know why you have never seen any. Me confused. I've never seen lawn care videos too. It's a thing. Wow. Have you guys ever heard of the backyard? I know that that's a unrealistic thing in current year because apparently, I kid you not, there is houses where it's just like this much grass, fence, house. $500,000, please and thank you. $500,000. That's all. The backyard. As in the actual backyard behind some of our houses? Yes. Have you heard of that? Obviously, if you're in a house that was made like 2 years ago, you're not gonna know about freaking big backyard. You're gonna know about backyards, but whatever. You mean the thing I had to rake the leaves off? Listen, that's a personal attack. Mainly because I'm pretty sure there's leaves everywhere in that backyard. Zach has a big backyard. Yes. Moving on. Okay. No, personal story time. Personal story time. Personal story time. Some people in high school, some girls I might add in high school, gave me the nickname Nicki, as in Nicki Minaj. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I don't even know why. Timmy Nicki. And we're not talking the racing car driver Niki Lauda, unfortunately. Although his nickname was the Rat. His nickname was the Rat. And that's mainly because to other people looked ugly. And then there was a book in prep that was called Zach the Rat, and boy did the insults fly. Boy did the insults fly. Yeah, teacher wasn't thinking that day, unfortunately. But hey, it is what it is. Oh my god, it's happened! Chat, it happened. Chat, it happened. It's happened! Chat, it happened! Look at that! It happened. Pogue! What a momentous occasion. What a momentous occasion. Christ, I've almost been gone for 2 hours. I haven't taken a proper break yet. Oh well. Chat, it happened and I thought you got it? No, I'd be screaming a little bit louder if I got it, Jeremiah, sorry. I think I found the book you were referring to. Yes, it was done. I love unique chat mode for not letting me repost a message that got lost in chat. My apologies. TMI, sorry. I love that one robot at the start of Tears of the Kingdom. You can practice targeting on me, but please don't attack. Player proceeds to terrorize that robot. True. Rainding, I swear to God, if you have that book in the collection of Rainding's random collection finds, I'm going to be annoyed. Zach, would you like to play a Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego game? Nope. Nope. Here. The people who made that book put the PDF file online. I have not seen the book in years, nor do I want to. All I know is that it just reminds me of that nickname. Because the nickname came from the book, and the insults were thrown, and it sucked, and I hate it. Can you tell I was never a popular kid in school because of Asperger's? Or the fact that people thought I was creepy? I've had to do so much fighting in life, man. That's beside the point. School bullies. I mean, it also didn't help that I was also a bully to majority people as well, but hey. Life sometimes, man. Life. We have done this song and dance so many times. We've done this song and dance so many times. It's actually painful how often we have been doing this song and dance. Like, it's actually incredible. It is honestly incredible how long we've been doing this song and dance for. It annoys me greatly, but hey, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Still no shine. Damn. Damn. Okay, chat. My question to you is, what did you have for food today? What is a recommendation for food that you could give? Cereal. Sweet and sour with sausages. Sweet and sour with sausages. Explain that one to me, Reindeer. Would love to know what the frick that is, because I have never heard of sweet and sour with sausages. Reese's Puffs, to be specific? Amazing. Sweet and sour sauce with rice and sausages. Ooh, that sounds tasty. Consider me very tastified by that. Tastified is not a word, but for the sake of... For the sake of everything, we will just accept that that is a word that is said. They made a plush toy of Zack the Rat. Of course they did. Is this Boomtown? Yes, it is. Boomtown Lounge from the Mother 4 soundtrack! The music you hear in the background is Video Game Study Lounge by Game Chops. Because it is always a good time with that music. I have a more family-friendly version, personal story. Time, I had a friend that loved to experiment with lots of stuff. Call it a future scientist. Call it a future scientist of sorts. He once did a recall. All Terrarian, one time, drove it outside the school for a little school test. Panic. But what he didn't know, he drove it too far and found its way into a bushy road. It had a camera, so we could see where it was going. So when we finally had image, it was in the middle of the road and got rammed by a semi-truck. But the funny part was, the camera flew so high, it landed right back to us. That's sensational. That is actually sensational. That is a fantastic story. I love that story so much. That's a great story. Best part, the memory is intact, so we have the footage. That's incredible. That is actually incredible. We are 60 encounters away. Just 60. been a wild night. It's also hard to believe the amount of progress we've actually made in terms of the encounters tonight, because wow, I think we are just getting to our wits' end with this Pokemon. Because it has been time for this thing to shine for the longest amount of time. And we're still not seeing it shine. $5,341 encounters for this thing. I don't know who was higher in the prediction. I would say it was probably the people that were going to guess no, but you never quite know. God, is it 10:07? It is 10:07. Sheesh. When we reach 5,350, I'm gonna go for a quick break. Just to stretch my legs, recharge my batteries, and, you know, just enjoy the last 50 encounters after that. Or maybe I can end stream now, who knows? Maybe I could end stream now if this thing shines. But I won't, because I don't like us. I am still yet to see a post-game Dialga be shiny in this game. Because everything has been caught at the point of when all heck broke loose. At the culmination of the Team Galactic part of the story. But we're still yet to see anything. You know what I think would be funny? You know what I think would be really funny? Is I'll do the one, is that when we reach the end of the stream, I'm gonna do the one Dialga reset if we don't have it by then. If we don't have it by then, I'll do the one Dialga reset at the end of the stream, and then I'm gonna jokingly do Arceus, and if that thing shines, I'm gonna cry. I'm actually gonna cry. We got 10 out of 10 points on the test, and somehow we got to participate in a Science Fest competition. Our recall car was remade from scratch, and we did show off the footage for the judges. They funnily described it as what not to do with a recon car. That's funny. That's funny. Congratulations, you're an influencer, not in the way you thought. Oh, no, sir. God, my options for raids tonight aren't looking good. My options for raids tonight aren't looking good. I only have 4 people online at this current point in time. 2 of them are playing Breath of the Wild. No, 2 of them are playing Tears of the Kingdom. And I know for a fact that they are way out in front of me because they have been playing Tears of the Kingdom since it came out. So, yeah. So we might be ending up raiding someone new. Which I think will be interesting. This is the last encounter before I go to take a break. Alright, it's been 2 hours. I finally got sore eyes. I would like to apologize for anything that made you uncomfortable during the stream. But if I made you laugh, I'm glad I did something to cheer you up. Later chat and Zach. Hopefully you find Mint Dialga soon, or maybe later this stream. Appreciate you, Sandslash. Have a good rest of your night. Enjoy sleeping, my friend. Sounds like a fun thing to do right now. That is not shiny. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a quick break. When we return, the last 50 Dialga of the evening. Crazy to think that we are only 2 minutes and 13 seconds into this stream. A lot shorter if you are on Zachman Free Archives. But the first break of the night is happening now, technically. So gear up. Go stretch your legs, go grab something to eat, go grab a drink of water, and get settled in for these last 50 because it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be right back. It's fine. No cookie this time around. Small little berry instead. An Arnott's like little raspberry or whatever they're called. An Arnott's like little raspberry or whatever it's called. Sometimes I probably shouldn't be eating these, but hey, it's fine. I got a report tomorrow as well. That's right. Damn it. Did you see what I sent you? No, I did not. I have not had time. Ba-da-dum. Going to bed now. Thanks for the stream, Zach. Take care, yo. All good, ring ding. Enjoy your sleep, my friend. This thing is stubborn. This thing is stubborn. Stubborn boy. But hey, it's fine. We'll get it eventually. I'm still very confident of that. But right now, it is just being a pain in the backside. We are very much over odds for this thing at this point. You would think we should be somewhere along the lines being able to get it. But... just not us. Just not our fan tonight. Just not a fan of me tonight. What I send you summed up perfectly, summed up hold on. What I sent you sums up how we all was yesterday. Interesting. I broke Zach, I think? No, it was more I just ran out of brain cells. Happens to the best of us sometimes, god damn it. It just happens to the best of us sometimes. $3,000. I wish it was 3,000. 5,357. It continues on. And on. And on. It just doesn't like Zach. I really wish it did like Zach. Because then I would have this thing and we could be done. And that to me sounds very positive at this point in time. $59, still no. It's just being a pain. It's just being a pain. Because it can be. $5,359 encounters done and dusted. Here comes 5,360. And to the surprise of absolutely no one, we continue on. That wasn't shiny. I have no idea why I debated with myself on that one. That was not shiny. They are shiny locked most likely. I can assure you it is not. I can assure you it is not. Because people have gotten this shiny in this game. So it is not shiny locked. We've just been really, really unlucky. Why must this thing be a pain? Why must this thing be a freaking pain? It may be more content for you guys, but at the same time, slightly frustrating for myself. Only slightly. I say this knowing damn well that it is definitely more frustrating, if anything. Come on. Did I turn my heater on or something? Because like I'm getting a slight headache. I'm getting a slight headache. So I'm just gonna quickly check if the heater's on. It is on. It has been on all day, okay? Okay. Just gonna jump on over here. Do a little dance on the side. That's not shiny. That ain't shiny. Should I get revenge on my brother? No. I don't even know what he did, but I wouldn't suspect that that'd be a good thing. He released my very first shiny. Still, I wouldn't get revenge on him for that. I wouldn't waste my time with it. It was one of the rarer shinies. Still, I don't think getting revenge is a good answer. I still don't think getting revenge is a good answer. Getting revenge is a fool's game, not worth. Correct, Jolteron. Hello, my friend. How you doing, Jolt? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I'm tired and well, just getting ready for work. All good, Joe, not a problem. I am slowly getting to the tired point. I am, well, just really getting tired of this Dialga tonight. Just wish it would fall over and shine already. Christ. Just shine. Tall ask, I know, but still, come on, man. I just want to see the shine. That's all I would like. Ah, very nice. I am the spy. Very nice. Still nothing. Still nothing. You were going to give it to him as well because you were pretty much done with Pokémon, and so he made his shot. He made his choice. You also could have, you know, turned off the game instead of saving after he'd done it, but that's beside the point. that's beside the point. Ow, my frickin' leg. I didn't notice that he did that too. Wow. Wow. He got you hook, line, and sinker. Alright, if I want to get this done before 3 hours of stream, I'm gonna need to step up my game a little bit. I'm dumb, okay? Nah, that's fine. It is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta accept it. Even if it is really stupid. Come on. Still nothing. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. But hey. We try. My god, do we try. But sometimes, the game just doesn't want to like us. Sorry, it is almost 11 PM here, so I'm slowly starting to feel tired. Which only means that once I end this stream in a little bit, I'm gonna feel as right as rain. I really wish that they decided to make the switch times a lot faster. Especially for soft resets. My god, are they brutal. That's not shiny. They are just brutal. $20 to go. 20 to go. Plus a bonus one, as we always do at the end of stream, just to break up any potential tiebreaker between the prediction. But hey, if we keep at it, we'll be able to get it. I at least hope so. But this thing hates me, so... just really want to see the shiny. Is it that much of a hard task to ask? The ultimate question. Still not shiny. Let's go. Button masher. Not shiny. Come on. This shiny hunt has been an absolute pain. Like, it is just a pain to set up. Well, not set up, just a pain to sit through sometimes. Because, my god, does this Pokemon just overstay its welcome. It is frustrating. It's M for Mimi. Make it W for Wombo. I Wombo. You Wombo. He, she, me. Wombo. Wombo. Womboing. Can't remember the rest of the quote, but that is a reference to SpongeBob. Patrick is going on about something because SpongeBob stole Mermaid Man's belt. And Squidward got shrunk. So, I don't know how that happened. Well, I do know how that happened because he said it for M for Minnie. Are you winning, son? Help me, help me, Vaughn. Help me, Vaughn. I'm so sad. I'm so sad, Vaughn. There's 15 left of stream, Vaughn. I'm so sad. I'm so sad, Vaughn. Can you just shine? Could you just shine? Be shiny, please. Shine for me. Be shiny, please. Stay. Just do it. Be shiny. Just be shiny. I demand the shine. Give him the shine. Bring me the bird. Bring me the bird. Bring me the shine, more to the point, Jesus. It is freaking time for this thing to shine. It has been time for this thing to shine for at least freaking months. I probably am not kidding when I say that. It honestly has felt like it has been time for this thing to shine for literally months. It has been an absolute pain in the backside for this thing to not be shiny. So a shine now would be fantastic. But of course, we can't have nice things in current year. So we continued on. Bum bum bum. Ba-da-da-dum. I would like to see a shine. God, I would. God, I would. We are 12 encounters away from the end of stream. So make of that what you will. $89. Hello, Zelda music. $5,389 encounters is all I have to say. Make that 5,390. There is 10 to go. Still no luck. Still no luck. 0 luck for Zachman. But thankfully, I think our options for raids has just gotten over. 5,400 when you get it? Nah, that's not how that works, my dude. I wish, trust me. My god, do I wish, but unfortunately, it does not look like it's going to be the case tonight. Does not look like it's going to be the case tonight again. We have been hunting this since November for almost every single week. I have been hunting this thing once a week since November. 5,200 encounters. 5,400 encounters by the end of the night. It is a pain in the backside to think about. But sometimes that's just how it is. Sometimes that's just how it is. I wish it wasn't that way, but hey, it's fine. 5,392 is ridiculous though. Wow, wow, wow. Nope. We are so close to being tied with the actual time as well. Because we were a mile ahead for a while. And now we are just on the cusp. On the cusp. There we are. We are now tied back up with the time. Although that won't last long. Possibly. We are also 6 encounters away from the end of stream. 5 to go. This is going to be on the death. This is going to be like at the death, perhaps. This feels like it's going to be at the death. Or death, I should say. Feels like it's going to be at the death. Well, my raid options got shorter. Six, no. 4 to go. $5,396. 97. Just a slight double check on the side here because we love to do that. Been a brutal day. An absolutely brutal day. I'm going to skip this song because it is most likely going to get me a DMCA. As it does. Hey, TCG Rambo, how are you? Welcome on in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We are 2 encounters away from the end of the stream. Plus a bonus one at the end because we can. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Here we go. $5,399 is not shiny. One more encounter left in the stream. Here we go. Get the sights and sounds of excitement ready. Because it's looking like it might not be tonight. So everyone who picked no, you are gonna be happy. I'm well, slightly disappointed with Nintendo in their event mons, was hyped to potentially shiny hunt Darkrai, since I just picked BD up. But knowing now I can't and will have to trade for it. Yeah, Nintendo and their way of doing events is ridiculous sometimes, but hey. That's life and that's not shiny. That's 5,400. That's the prediction. That's not the end of stream just yet. Just yet. That is not the end of stream just yet. We do have one more to do. Will Zach find Dialga in 5,400 encounters? No is the answer to that prediction. The winner is Von! Big money. The biggest loser is... Ooh. Big losers all around. Sandslash. No shine. But it is what it is. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, everybody. It's been great fun. It has been ridiculously great fun tonight. I'm going to do a joke thing at the end here. Just because I can. Just because I can. We're going to do a joke thing at the end here. Dialga? No Dialga reverse storm. Can I not do it? Oh, I've not picked that up yet. Oh, I'm very dumb. Never mind. I can't do the dumb thing I wanted to do. I can't do the dumb thing I wanted to do because I forgot I hadn't picked up the thing for it yet. Nope. Another time, another time. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Holy shinks, what a night. No Dialga still, man. God damn it. One day we're gonna get lucky. One day we're gonna get lucky. Surely. Surely we get lucky with this Dialga soon. One day in the future, I believe. I believe. One day in the future, we are gonna get lucky with this Dialga. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it. Alrighty. Make sure to check out my socials. The Discord, the YouTube, the Zachman103 Archives YouTube, and the TikTok. Oh boy. Oh, this is not a good sign. Oh, that is a horrible sign. Oh, that's not a good sign at all. Everything just decided to reset right at the end here, but that's fine. Schedule for the rest of the week? I don't technically have one at the moment. I will need to think of one soon. But hey, we'll get to it when we get to it. It should be soon. Give or take. I will try and see if I can get you a schedule for tomorrow, but if not, then that's completely understandable. As for now, chat, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you guys tomorrow for another stream. Cheers, everybody.